Hey guys, it's Misty Eyez, and I would like to invite you to my 5th Drag Stars at Sea Alan Chuck Travel. Ooh. Oh my gosh, girl, you have to come. If you are a fan, if you are a friend, if you've ever watched any of my YouTube videos, this is the best way to truly get to know me and truly get to call me your drag mother or your family or your friend or whatever. We really get to know each other and bond on this cruise. And there's so many good things about the Cuban cruise that is coming up. Let me just tell you some of my notes that I want you to make sure to know. All right, so yes, we're going to Cuba. April 2017, which is 1 year away from today, which means you have a year to pay it off. Meaning you can do a $99 deposit and pay $99 every month until next year. Girl, you can afford this. All right, so Cuba, scandalous. It's currently illegal to travel to Cuba. Now, this will obviously be the first ever drag cruise going to Cuba because kind of illegal to go to Cuba. Now, the reason and the way that they are legally allowed to do this, they have created a people-to-people program. Now, the best way for me to describe this to you would be a foreign exchange student program, which means we're all going to be foreign exchange students for the week. Everyone on the boat is going into Cuba to learn and explore about Cuba. The best thing about this program is all the excursions are included in the price of the cruise. And if you're like me, and every time the boat docks, you get off and you do something and you learn and you explore and you travel and you do stuff, like you've seen from all my pictures of previous cruises, that's the best part about cruising, is getting off and learning. The best part about this cruise is all of that is included. That's about $800 worth of sightseeing and learning and exploring that you don't have to pay for. So, as all my previous cruisers have known, I always tell them what excursions I'm planning on going on, which means, hey, I'm doing the Tulum ruins, or hi, I'm doing Chichen Itza pyramid, or hi, I'm doing the zip line and whatever, which I'm too heavy for the zip line. But I tell the people what I'm doing, where I'm going to be. This year, it's free, meaning everyone can go. So I will make sure and let you know which excursions I'm going on. But like I always tell my cruisers, you don't have to hang out with me. You can do whatever you want. A lot of times people bring romantic partners and they do their own honeymoon type things alone. But a lot of times when people come all by themselves, this is a great way to actually meet and get to know each other. So I create a Facebook group for all the people that have signed up in my group, and we all get to know each other. And then therefore, when we do go on these excursions and events and parties, we can all hang out and know each other. For example, Miku came all the way from Japan. Ivan came all the way from California. She didn't go this year, but last year Fink came all the way from Fort Lauderdale all by herself. I didn't even know her. She was in my group and I didn't even know who she was. Now we're good friends. I have said this many, many times before, but I truly feel that this is a family reunion. We are getting together again as a family. I don't know any other way to describe it, but that's truly the way it is. Justin and Mark come from London. Brian comes from California. I have so many repeat cruisers in my group, and it's truly family. I even have cruisers that moved to Fort Lauderdale from Michigan that are in my group. I'm truly blessed to have an amazing group, and I want you to be a part of it. Now, the different thing about this cruise is every single passenger absolutely must sign up in my group with this link. In previous years, you could call Sheila or Arnie or anybody at Alan Chuck and say, hi, I'm a Misty Eyez group. This year, they're doing a new thing where you must do a link. It's a very long link. I'm going to put it in the comments below. Also, if you need it, you can go to my Facebook page or message me. I will make sure you have this link because this is the only way you can sign up. I think you might be able to go to alanchuck.travel and select a drag queen host, but I was told you must do this link. So please do this link and let me know when you are in my group. Another thing that is exclusive for this cruise, in the past, you could cruise with a passport or a birth certificate. If you're coming from America, 100% you absolutely must have a passport. We're going to be getting off the boat in Cuba, and you have to have your passport. Not only are we getting off the boat in Cuba, just like we did in Mexico, we're doing a 2-day port in Havana, which means 24 hours of getting on and off the boat and exploring and learning and having fun in Havana. Wow. Another thing I heard while we are in Havana, we are going to have our pillage and plunder party that night. Now, Castro's daughter is a lesbian, so you might have seen all over the news that gays are now totally respected and protected by the government of Cuba because of his daughter. So Castro and his daughter will be at our pillage and plunder party, and they are super excited, and so am I. It's going to be a good time. Another cool thing about this cruise is all drink packages are included. What? Isn't that how cruises make money? Wow, you're going to be saving a lot of money with alcohol and excursions. Sign up. And I do have a little tiny bit of bad news. They've already unleashed the Cuba cruise to all the cruisers that have previously traveled with Alan Chuck Travel, and therefore all of the suites and all of the really cheap rooms are gone. But put your reservation here, click the link, and you'll have to get a middle room. I actually upgraded to a higher floor and an inside. I didn't want, sometimes when I go in hotels, the windows curtains don't completely close, and I don't like daylight when I'm trying to sleep. So if I'm going to bed at the butt crack of dawn, let me sleep. So I chose an inside room, no windows, no balcony. The good news is the entire boat is going to be our group. It will be all Alan Chuck Travel. And I know this was said before and it didn't happen, but the bad news, or not the bad news really, but the way that they are going to ensure this is the cruise only allows 1,200 passengers. It'll be a much more intimate group, but the whole group will be us. So in previous years where we sold more than 1,200 people, don't delay. Sign up today is basically what I'm telling you. But yes, it's going to be a little bit older boat, and the quote I saw online was, "You enter a world where modern technology meets the grand era of ocean travel." And I don't really think that a smaller boat is bad news when it's all of us. We're all going to be one big human family. Now, that human family does include straight people. It does include trans people. It does include drag queens. It does include wannabe drag queens. It does include cross-dressers. It includes children. There are so many fans of drag. That is the one thing that will be tying us all together. But good news is you won't be sitting in the cafeteria and have straight people be like, ugh, and get up and walk away. It's going to be a blessing. Another cool thing is the dining room is going to be open dining. So, hello, you can sit where you want and eat with who you want. The ship is called Celestial Crystal. I found a little video online that I'd like to share with you of people going on this cruise and actually seeing the boat and walking around and learning and exploring and admiring this beautiful ship. It is smaller, but it is stunning and gorgeous. There are only 9 passenger decks. It has 4 bars, which does include the lounge/discos. It has a casino. Hello, they gotta make some money, honey. And we got to lose some money and win some money. I've won on cruises before. They even have an internet corner, conference rooms, photo shops, metropolitan showroom, emporium, duty-free, travel shops, swimming pool, jacuzzi, fitness center, beauty salon, spas for massages and things like that. So obviously it will be a normal cruise, but much more condensed and smaller. And that'll be a good thing because it'll be like, again, a family reunion on a boat with some of your fans. And for you, you get to cruise and party with drag celebrities that you have looked up to for quite a while. Now, as per usual, we create our own entertainment. And on the last cruise, I didn't even go to anything on the ship. The last cruise, we were so jam-packed of to do. Like, me and my husband were like, can I get a little nap? Like, on previous cruises, I'd be like, hey, I'm going to go to a comedy show by the cruise. I'm going to go see their ship here. I'm going to go see this show here and do our stuff. But again, Al and Chuck be getting it together. And they be planning, like, okay, Latrice's show's tonight. So after dinner, we have the Latrice show. And then we have the main show. And then we have lots and lots to do. So obviously, if you do want to go with your little partner and do cruise things, there'll be cruise things for you to do, like the comedy clubs and stuff, the onboard theater. But we also have much more of our own entertainment as well, which is why I think if I were to go on a cruise without Al and Chuck travel, I would be bored to death. And it's funny because on all the previous cruises, there has been random people not in our group. And when you walk around, like to and from whatever, most of them are laying around on lounge chairs with books. And I'm like, really, Mary? You're going to be that bored? Like, they're just laying there reading or playing cards or whatever. I'm like, is cruising that fun if there's nothing to do? I can't imagine going on a cruise without all this Al and Chuck travel entertainment, as well as what the ship provides for their normal entertainment as well. Not to mention, we have all these parties. Every year we have about 4 theme parties. And the theme parties are not to be missed, darling. In fact, on previous years, when we were with the normal or straight people, they would always find out from us where our theme party is going to be and what we're doing, because they all wanted to come too. So finally the clubs would get jam-packed because all of us and all of them watching all of us in our crazy costumes and gigs, they loved it. I don't even know why there was ever a scandal of, oh my god, half the boat is... They loved it. They truly did love it. But this year, it's just going to be us. But again, it's going to be a smaller boat and only 1,000-ish customers. Us. By the way, did I mention that cruising is the best way to travel financially? Because you don't have to pay for hotel rooms. You don't have to pay for cabs or Uber or buses or anything. Not to mention, you're not paying for entertainment. If I were to go to New York for a full week, or imagine you're going to Cuba for a full week, we are seeing 3 completely different cities. Now imagine traveling to those different cities by yourself. That travel will be expensive. Not to mention, every hotel that you're going to stay in Cuba for a week is going to be expensive. And not to mention all your cabs. So imagine your cruise, if you're drunk, you have a designated driver for you. You can just walk to your room. You don't have to go out and hail a cab every morning. You don't have to pay for your shows or movies or dinner theaters or experiences. You don't have to pay for hotel. Mama, and on this boat, the drink package and the excursions are included. Sign up today. All right, so day 1 is the boat is leaving from Jamaica. Why Jamaica? Oh, because it's right next to Cuba. And because it's legal to fly there. I know it's weird how people can fly into Jamaica from America. Anyways, so we're flying into Jamaica and then we're taking the boat from Jamaica to Cuba. It's very, very, very recommended that you do a pre-night stay in Jamaica, only because, for example, last year during the cruise, there was a blizzard in the north and some people missed the cruise and the boat and the planes, and it was all kinds of messed up. I didn't even get affected from the blizzard because I traveled from Florida, but my plane was delayed 3 hours because the plane coming to take me was late. Girl, long story short, definitely do the pre-stay with Al and Chuck Travel in Jamaica. There's not going to be a pillage and plunder party, which is good because you actually get to sleep before you get on the boat. Because, you know, we're always partying like rock stars and then we're so tired when we get on the boat. But do the pre-stay with them. I think it's $100 and something. Not that much extra. So day 1, we wake up in Jamaica, we get on a boat. Day 2, we wake up in Santiago de Cuba at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're there until 4 p.m., which is like a normal cruise day. And again, excursions. I don't know what they're available yet, but they're included. Then day 3 is a full day at sea. Now this means the boat is going from this part of Cuba all the way around to the other side of Cuba, where we wake up on day 4 in the port of Havana. Where we wake up in Havana at 9:30 in the morning. And of course, this is a 2-day stay. So you have 9:30 all day, all night, and the next day the boat leaves at 5 p.m. So you have 2 days and 1 whole night in Havana. Again, our Pillage and Plunder party will be the first night in Havana, where we all invade a club and have a big rock star party. Not to be missed. Not to mention the excursions that will be taking place on the island during the days. Fun! All right, then again, day 5 we're still in Cuba. Day 6 we wake up in Maria la Gorda, and then day 7 we wake up in Cienfuego. Is that how you say it? Cienfuego, Cuba, the Pearl of the South. Again, having free excursions. And then day 8 we wake up back in Jamaica, and usually we go straight to the airport. Most people aren't afraid to miss their flight from a cruise, but the pre-stay is obviously recommended, because if your flight is delayed, you don't want to miss the boat. But your boat will usually dock at like 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Last year from Puerto Rico, I think our flight was, late. We were in the airport, I think, for 10 hours. But that's fine. I'd rather sit in the airport with my friends and hang out. And we even met new people that we knew were on the boat, that we saw, but we didn't talk to. And we're like, hey, oh my gosh, you were on the boat with us. And we made new friends in the airport because we were there for so long hanging out. Now, I know you're asking who is going on the next cruise. Honestly, I have no idea. The talent has not been listed yet. I know that I have gotten my contract and I've already signed it, and I'm going. But I don't know anybody else that has. Last year, they had the RuPaul girls, but they also opened it up to other drag stars at sea, like Alex Newell, or Unique from Glee, Coco Peru, Lady Bunny, and I'm sure they're going to do that again. So, of course, generally speaking, they usually invite the entire cast. Like this year would be season 8. They usually invite them, and if they want to go, they do. If they don't, they don't. But expect the entire cast to be invited, as well as anybody that's previously gone that wants to go again. Latrice, for example, has been on every year. Jinx Monsoon has gone every year. Pandora Box has gone every year. I've gone every year. Anyways, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't want to speculate or guess who might be going, because I have no idea. But you have all the reasons to go. You're watching my video, so you obviously want to go in my group. Again, you must click the link. Go to the link here for Alan Chuck. You might be able to go to alanchuck.com and then pick Misty as your group leader. I'm not sure. I was told that you only must be able to go to this link. If you're not clicking this link, you will not be in my group. But again, cheap cruise. $99 a month, $99 down. It's a full year away. Girl, plan ahead and have some fun. And I do think that they're going to be doing the share program again. I'm not 100%, but I think I heard something about the roommate situation thing. I don't know. But I do know that you can pay $20 extra to be placed in a specific room, which is what I did. I picked a certain floor really close to the elevator. It's convenient. Anyways, that was Misty Eyez, your group leader or your group host on the Alan Chuck's Travel Drag Stars at Sea 2017 Little Havana. Welcome to Havana Cuban Cruise. Anyways, loving you, Zizi. Sign up today.